You can check my phone any time." He said it so confidently, so casually, like it proved something, like it meant there was nothing to hide. And for a long time, I believed that. Not because I wanted to check, but because I didn't feel the need to. That's what trust looks like. You don't go looking, you don't search, you just believe. I remember the first time he said it. We were in the middle of a random conversation, nothing serious, just talking. And somehow the topic shifted to trust, to honesty, to relationships. "I don't care about phones," he said. "You can check mine anytime." I looked at him, smiled slightly. "I don't need to." And I meant it. Because at that time, there was no reason to. Everything felt normal, easy, clear. But sometimes, statements like that don't come out of nowhere. Sometimes they're said before you even think to question anything. Almost like reassurance, before doubt exists. At least that's how it felt later. Because things didn't change all at once. They never do. They shift, slowly, quietly, until one small moment makes you notice. It started with distance, not physical, just attention. The kind that fades slightly, without explanation, without reason. I noticed it one evening. We were sitting together, same space, same routine, but something felt different. He was there, but not really. His attention kept shifting to his phone, small glances, quick replies, then back to me, like nothing happened. At first, I ignored it, because it didn't seem like a big deal. People check their phones, that's normal. But then it kept happening, more often, more frequently. And that's when it became something. Not obvious, not dramatic, just noticeable. "You seem busy," I said lightly. He looked up. "Just work stuff." I nodded. "Okay." Simple, easy, no reason to question it. But something about the way he said it felt automatic, like it was ready, waiting. And that feeling, it stayed. Days passed, then weeks. And that pattern didn't change. If anything, it became more consistent, more intentional. And slowly, that one sentence came back to me. "You can check my phone any time." Not as reassurance, but as a question. Because if there's nothing to hide, why does everything feel hidden? I didn't act on it immediately. I didn't grab his phone, didn't go looking, because I didn't want to be that person, the one who searches, the one who doubts, the one who breaks trust. But doubt, it doesn't ask for permission. It just grows, quietly, until one day it feels louder than silence. That day came unexpectedly. He was in a rush, getting ready to leave, moving quickly, phone in hand. Then not. He placed it on the table, got distracted, walked away, and left it there, unlocked. For the first time, I didn't look away. I just stood there, looking at it, not moving, not reacting, just deciding. Because this was the moment, the one he had already given permission for. "You can check my phone any time." So I did. Not quickly, not nervously, just calmly. I picked it up, the screen still open, and for a second, everything looked normal. Messages, apps, nothing unusual, nothing obvious. But then, I noticed something small, something most people would miss. A folder, hidden, not labelled clearly, just there. And something about it felt intentional. I tapped it, slowly. And in that moment, everything changed. My finger paused for a second, right above the screen, not because I was unsure, but because I knew. Whatever was inside that folder, it wasn't accidental. It wasn't random. It was placed there, hidden, but not completely, like something meant to be unseen, but still accessible. I tapped it, slowly. The screen shifted, and at first, it didn't look like much, just a few apps, nothing obvious, nothing dramatic. But then I noticed it. One app, slightly different, not in design, not in colour, just in presence, because it didn't belong there, not with the others, not in a hidden folder, and that alone was enough. I opened it. The screen loaded. Messages. Simple, direct, clear. No names saved, just numbers. And conversations. Short, frequent, ongoing. I didn't scroll much. I didn't need to, because the most recent message was already there. Waiting. Visible. You miss me. That was it. No context, no explanation, just that. And strangely, I didn't react. Not the way I thought I would. No shock, no anger, no panic, just stillness. Because in that moment, everything made sense. All the distance, all the small changes, all the moments that didn't feel right. They weren't random. They were connected. And now, I could see how. I placed the phone back exactly where it was. Same position, same angle, like nothing had been touched. Because I didn't need to hold on to it anymore. I had already seen enough. More than enough. Sometimes, it's not about how much you find. It's about what one moment confirms. And that moment, it confirmed everything. When he came back into the room, I was sitting in the same place. Calm, still, exactly as he left me. You ready? He asked casually. I looked at him. Really looked. And for the first time, I wasn't trying to read him. I wasn't trying to believe him. I was just seeing him clearly. Yes, I said, my voice steady, neutral. He picked up his phone, checked it quickly, then slipped it into his pocket, like always, like nothing had changed. But everything had. He moved towards the door. Let's go, he said. I stood up slowly, followed him, not because I wanted to go, but because I needed one more moment, one more confirmation. Not for him, for me. We got into the car. Silence filled the space between us. Not awkward, not heavy, just quiet. And in that quiet, I realised something. I wasn't waiting for an explanation. I wasn't hoping for clarity. I already had it, completely. After a few minutes I spoke, calmly, without looking at him. You said I could check your phone any time. His hands tightened slightly on the steering wheel, just for a second, then relaxed. Yeah, he said, casual, confident. Why? I turned my head slightly, looked at him. I did, I said. That's when everything shifted. Not loudly, not dramatically, but clearly. He didn't respond immediately, and that silence, it said everything. What do you mean? He asked finally, but his voice was different now, less certain, less controlled. I mean, I saw it, I replied. Simple, direct, no emotion, just truth. Silence filled the car, heavy now, but not confusing, just real. It's not what you think, he said. Of course, that line again. It always comes, like a reflex, like a script. But this time, it didn't matter, because there was nothing left to misunderstand. I didn't think anything, I said quietly. I just saw. And that difference, it changes everything. Because thinking can be wrong, but seeing is clear. Looking back, I realized something. It wasn't just about what was on the phone. It was about the confidence he had, the certainty, the way he offered access, like it proved something. But sometimes people don't hide things by locking them away. They hide them by making you believe you'll never look. And that's exactly what happened. You went through my phone, he said. Now there was something else in his voice. Not guilt, not yet. Deflection, like the issue wasn't what I found, but how I found it. I shook my head slightly. You told me I could, I replied. And that was the truth, because I didn't break anything. I just accepted what he offered, and found what he didn't expect me to see. He didn't respond, because there was nothing left to say, no explanation that could change what was already clear, no words that could undo what had already been seen. I looked out the window, the road passing by quietly, steady, uninterrupted, and for the first time I felt the same, not shaken, not confused, just steady. I wish I didn't, I said softly. He glanced at me. What? I wish I didn't check, I repeated, and I meant it. Because some things, once you see them, you can't unsee them, and they change everything. I took a slow breath, then added, but I'm glad I did. Because clarity